Welcome to Gaming Rarities. I'm Dan. Thank you for clicking and for watching. I hope you're doing okay. Today we have got two more pieces of PlayStation 2 cardboard to open. One is from the UK, which if you watched last week's episode, there is the list, the definitive list of all the PlayStation cardboard, double packs, triple packs, bundles, things like that. This was not on it, so that'll be an interesting one to open. Also, we've got this one, which has come from Italy. That one was on it, but it's one we need. So as I mentioned, last week's list, I thought I'd just say the few bits that I have already that weren't included in that list. If you watched it, you saw it was in segments. The Steelbook segment, I said that we had everything on. There was quite a few of these type of tins, the kind of not Steelbooks necessarily, but the tins. This one is From Russia with Love, 007, and this one is Metal Gear Solid 2. I've got a few more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 different tins like this over there. None of those were included in any section, so I feel like they should be. Also, we have Book and Steel, this Iron Man Steelbook I didn't mention. I mentioned FIFA 14 was another one that wasn't on there, but this Iron Man Steelbook for the PS2 did come out apparently in Australia after doing research, so that one should also be on there. There's a few more I've got, but this is just off the top of my head before I started filming this one. This Need for Speed Most Wanted cardboard sleeve, which isn't a one-of-a-kind. Someone commented on one of my videos once saying they also owned this. So it definitely came out somewhere. Can't find out anything about it though. Don't know its origins, don't know why it exists, but yeah, it's also not on the list. So before we get into today's parcels, I just wanted to talk about something else. There is, yesterday, I'm filming this on the 5th of March. Yesterday on the 4th, there was a trailer released for the new Tony Hawk's remake, Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 remastered. Now, I am a massive Tony Hawk's fan. In this room, I have every single Tony Hawk's game multiple times. I'm going to grab a cool one right now. This one is one you probably won't see too often. This is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the N gauge, still sealed. Yeah. So yeah, massive fan of the franchise. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 on the PS2 is my favorite game in the series. It's definitely in my top 3 favorite games of all time. I love the fact that they kind of ditched the 2-minute run time every go you have on Tony Hawk's. Up to 1, 2, and 3, you just had a 2-minute run to complete as many objectives as possible. Tony Hawk's 4 was kind of that open world levels, and you went up to people and got an individual objective off them, like collect the skate letters, and then did it, and then that was that. Also, once you had completed all the levels, you then got kind of pro challenges. They were super difficult, and once you completed those, it was a real achievement because they were so hard. I remember the Creator Skater one, you had to film kind of a movie with a helicopter, taking me hours and hours and so many tries. I'll put some footage of that in right now.
We only have a couple of minutes of light left. We have to get these shots, people. You have to hit all the detonators, and the only way to dodge the enemy fire is to be in a combo. Ready, set, action!
But yeah, once you completed it, you felt like an absolute hero. Now, when it was announced that 3 and 4, well, they've been teasing it for a few weeks before, and everyone knew it was 3 and 4 coming out, but it's finally been announced. Now, on the information, it says that it's kind of, I can't remember the exact words now, but it says they've streamlined the objectives into 2-minute runs again on 3 and 4. That to me is blasphemous. That is disgusting. I cannot believe that. I thought to myself that it might be a bit different. Some of the kind of level challenges were like jumping over homeless people and things like that. I presumed there would be some changes at least. I obviously thought that the whole pro skaters that were on it before, they might not be able to get them to agree to the voice work again, or have the licensing again for those guys, or yeah, I expected differences, but to completely change it to just the 2-minute runs again, yes, I'm still going to play it. Yes, I'm sure we'll all still enjoy it. But that's really not cool, man. They should have stayed, at least tried to stay with the story, because it's an incredible game. As I said, top 3 of all time for me. And yeah, absolutely devastated if that's the case, and there's just 2-minute runs in levels like the 1 and 2 remake, which was incredible. Big fan. I'm sure we'll enjoy it either way, but yeah, real devastated that looks like it's going to be the case. And it'll be a real shame that some of the skaters that won't be involved, Bam and other people, look like they're not involved in this. So it's going to be a real shame if that's the case. Hopefully I'm wrong, but it doesn't look like it. And it also means that the likelihood of getting Underground 1 and 2 remastered is basically zero, because they are story based completely. So you couldn't have those at kind of 2-minute run and just objectives like normal. Well, you could, but it's not the same game, is it? It's not a remaster, it's completely different. So yeah, a bit heartbroken about that, but comes out in July, so we'll see at the time. I'm sure we'll get more information beforehand. Anyway, let's get into what we're all here for. Gonna open these parcels now. Let's see what we get. So up first we have the parcel that's come from Italy. So this is Splinter Cell Trilogy, and 3 separate games, all in the cardboard sleeve. Now I have been looking for this for a while. It does have an English version of this that's very, very hard to find. I think it was only released in the Netherlands. But yeah, this price wise, I couldn't really turn it down for what it was. It cost me 33 euros roughly, plus the postage. I think it was about 18 euros postage as well. As you can see, it was packaged really well. The seller, also messaged me beforehand and said that one of the discs is a bit ropey in there. But honestly, for games like this, they're, £1 each or £2 maximum in CEX. So getting another disc for any of these is not going to be a problem. And a manual if needed. But yeah, I'm not bothered at all about the insides really. I'm only here for the cardboard. And that outer cardboard sleeve looks pretty fine. There's no major dings or anything. Obviously, there's some stickers on the front which are Italian, but we'll keep them there for the vibes. I'm not bothered about things like that, as long as the spine is the most important bit. And thankfully, the spine there, the games are all in English, so I don't even think I need to swap it for the English one. Very happy with that. Now on to the more exciting one of the two. So this, although in Amazon packaging, came from eBay. As I said in the build-up, I have seen this before, only once. It is a kind of limited edition promo, maybe a promo pack. This is Colin McRae 3. Now this one is very interesting. A bit annoyed with the seller though, because it was purposely photoed to not show how bad that top part of the cover is. Will need to be glued. But the spine is okay, the rest of it's okay, there's no major marks. But the thing is with this one is, it's signed. Now I didn't know this when I bought it, I didn't really register that it had a signature on there, but that is definitely Colin McRae's actual signature. I've looked it up, it's legit. I've taken the sleeve out and checked, it's definitely pen on there. So this cost me £36.11 in total, and yeah, pretty happy with it. However, the other promo copies of this I've seen come with a different sleeve, which is the one you're seeing now, and just has that car on the front. So this sleeve comes from the original game. But it could well be the only copy like this in the world, and I'm happy to have it. Back to the other Dan. So there we have it then. 2 new editions. One, I'm very happy with this actually, this Italian one. Cheap price, as I said, so had to be got really for the price I paid. Spine's in English, so I don't even think I need to hunt for the English version, although it does exist. If the spine's in English, I'm happy. It's not like with like the Prince of Persia one I'm looking at now, the double pack, that came in English and French and other languages. I've got both French and English up there. If I just had the French, I'd still look for the English, because the spine says the game in the foreign language. So it says it in English, I'm happy with that. Definitely mark that off the list. Now this Colin McRae, this is, yeah, interesting, isn't it? Annoyed about the glue, annoyed it was not pictured or, you know, mentioned, but, you know, is what it is. That signature on the front, 100% legit signature. You can tell it's pen. Yeah, kind of makes it unique, even though it's the wrong cover for what this is. On every other listing for it, it's a different cover. It's the same kind of cover as the front there. So yeah, interesting. And you know, he isn't going to be signing any more of them, is he? So that could make this a very unique piece. So yeah, gonna keep it. Not gonna bother trying to look for the one with the right sleeve, because yeah, this is unique and very cool, and I'm very happy to add it. So yeah, two I'm very happy with. And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. We'll open some more next time, I'm sure, and I'll see you next time.